Alright folks, let's go ahead and get started. I'm your Valley and welcome to another episode of Star Technology. And let's see, today we're working on a few things. I can't believe I just totally blanked on the thing that I was going to do as soon as I hit the record button. You saw me drop off those long rods. I've been busy. We've got an extension to our mega block factory because I started getting nervous about it and these slimes. In fact, somebody just posted a comment a little while ago, a few days ago, and I just now saw it. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I can't. I waste so much time running back to get my swords. It's just okay. Well, what do I do if I don't have a sword there? Then I guess food. That's gonna take a minute to get used to. Anyhow, I appreciate that. I don't know. It's probably okay to call people's names, but I'm so used to. So in the U.S., they've got something called FERPA, which is Family Educational Rights Protection Act, and I'm just used to never calling out people by name. It's always my student, or you remember that student who, or so it's never personal identifying information. And I know it's not the same, but it's habits are hard to break. So it's not that I don't recognize you and I appreciate it, but that is what it is. Anyhow, so yeah, the slimes. Oh my goodness. In fact, here I'm gonna go difficulty normal. I don't even know what to do. There's no slime noise. And I want to show off this little. This is my little slice of. Here's this. We have a nice ocean. Doesn't it look like the world has it rendered beyond a boundary? It looks like the rendering is having an issue. That's what it feels like to me every time I walk up here. Like, and I literally have stopped here a couple times. I'm waiting for everything to load in, and then realized, oh, actually, that's just as far as I've built. Okay. So down here, this is going to be all multi-smelters. I don't know that you guys want to watch that because I'm sure you guys have made your own multi-smelters, and it's not an interesting mechanic. I'll come back when it's something interesting. But, we can run multi-smelters on MV, and we could have 64 of them running before it's a problem. And that would definitely fix what's over here. Yeah. So we have another slight issue that's come up. Oh, I remember what we're going to do now. Because it was related to this. None of these are running. Oh, no. Why aren't they running? I've also been a busy beaver. We have... Oh, see. This isn't too many. But I've come down here before and there's been like... nothing. Or like I can't walk because I come down and they hit me. And then there's like 10 of the giant slimes there. Okay, so I'm going to go back to normal at some point. I just, like, especially when I'm building and I'm trying to count and I have to go recount like a dozen times. Oh, why don't... Oh, that's right, because this is a different pattern. This is where the travel anchor is where the light was supposed to be, so, you got to do something fancy to adapt. I found these illuminant blocks. They're pretty easy to make. Yeah, these guys here. So it's just glowstone and stone. So stone at this point, obviously, you should probably have in spades. Redstone torch, a little bit of a cost, but not crazy. And you basically get just a nice matte block instead of the glumpy glowstone. And I don't hate glowstone, but after I've used it a little bit, it's like, okay, let's see if there's something else. But the nice part about the illuminant blocks is we can color them and color them all 16 colors instead of the glowstone surrounded by colored glass, which was only like 6. Anyhow, I had sat around and made sure that enough tungsten steel got made that we could have all these. Now, these aren't running, and that's for good reason. That's because they've actually all processed through. Yeah, see, they've all processed through their backlog. Done. So, now we've got all of this backlog, whereas before we were voiding everything over. And this is just since yesterday. I just couldn't finish this. I had some. I don't know how to. I don't want to get too much away. It's a real sensitive issue. It's nothing to do with me. It's nothing. It's just one of those makes you feel bad, like really bad, bits of news, and so I'm a little running a little. I can feel it. I can feel myself running a little slow. You know. So I was just sitting and building. I wasn't thinking. I was trying hard to ignore everything, and yeah. So, anyways, the tungsten steel. Let's go see. We've got a fair amount. But the problem is, okay, right now we're like always we're running into supply issues. I'm hoping that if I can get these guys going, they'll be right. Yeah. So right now these are being limited by the sieves. Let's go over here real quick. I just want to check and see. So I know titanium is slow. We have no titanium, and that's because the bauxite isn't coming in fast enough. We do have about 2,000 tungsten steel, so that's good. And enderium's going through. See, I don't have any. I'm not making enderium dust, so I accidentally broke that. No, I know what it was. We had a mixer going to make the enderium, and the mixer. I didn't lock any of the drawers, so that was my bad. And then lastly, I know we're gonna run over here real quick. I need to find something cool to do with this little area here. I don't know, something with liquids, maybe. I don't know, something cool. But we made that a while ago. Not good. So these guys obviously all need to be redone. We're not actually using ingots very often, like base metal ingots. So it's not that big a deal, I guess. Maybe I can just leave it. Maybe I'll just leave it for a little bit, see how it goes. It's these ones here that are the issue, the alloys. Although they seem to be backed up too. Yeah. And just so we're clear, the reason why the slimes are such an issue for me is I actually came and jumped up. Oh, I know what it was. I came over here and ran up here because I knew that maybe slimes would be an issue, and I left for like 5 minutes. I needed to go take care of something real quick, and it was a phone call actually. It was a phone call I didn't like. And then it was like I came back and my little man was dead, like we're in the corner somewhere, and it was like 30 giant slimes surrounding me. I was like, "What even is this?" So I took some kiting and whatnot to get the stuff back. But you know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe we're happy, just doing this. And why is that tank not locked? Oh well, who cares? Don't care. If we've got time, I'm going to try to do two. Anyways, so that's kind of caught up with what I've done. Mostly it's just building and all the micro crafting for the these guys. In fact, I'm going to pause it real quick and tear this section down because it is completely useless, and we might be able to use these bits. So I don't see a huge difference between the electric ore factory and the tungsten steel ones. I don't. So if we do copper crushed. So I don't know that it's a huge priority to update them. I just wanted to, and since all this game is things you want to do, right? Like, this is 8 and 30, and this is 12 and 16. So total power usage is lower. That's probably worthwhile, but, you know, is it really worth? Gosh, it takes a stack and a half, almost 2 stacks maybe, of tungsten steel to get this up and running. So all the new ones will be these ore processing plant controllers. But I don't know that I'm going to update the ones in the middle here. Probably should, because they are well, they're also running on MV power. So if nothing else, I'll move them downstairs so that everything's in the same area. Right. But the only difference is, and this is the big one, is when we get to it, this will be huge, is when we look at the ore processor, it has perfect overclock. Okay, cool. But this one's got perfect overclock and subtick parallels and can use parallel hatches. So there's not really a lot of reason to update the ones that are going fast, if that makes sense. Right, like if I can get it down so it's going just instantly, it's still only doing one at a time, whereas the ones downstairs are basically doing everything they get in at a time. Right, so right now our bottleneck is still the sieves, and that's what we need to update. In fact, all of these lasers are done. We're not using the lasers anymore for anything, I don't think. So all of those lasers can go. Yeah. I didn't bother replacing. These were the two that had not ender drawers yet, and I didn't bother replacing them. And so far, it doesn't seem to be a problem. So far, it doesn't seem to be a problem. Yeah. Okay. Next step is if we want to replace the mechanical sieves. Oh, you know what? I was already right there, but we've got the large sieve control. There we go. This is the one we're using now. It's all LV stuff. It's not hard to make, but you know, who cares? But the large sieve controller. Now this guy's a beastie. We're gonna need at least 4 of these because it's only got 4 recipes, right? Sand, dust, gravel, and crushed blackstone. And I don't even know if we need crushed blackstone, but as long as we're making it, let's go ahead and make all of them. And I'm going to leave enough space so that we can have multiple of them. In fact, I might even just still do it right here because part of me is still thinking resource generation on the top floor and then, first layer processing on this floor. And that's why this floor is so chaotic and changes so much. And I know you guys probably can't see it, but it feels like that to me. Oh, I have all these. I should probably dump them into the appropriate place downstairs. Actually, I could probably just dump them in there. Anyhow, neither here nor there. That can also happen off camera because, it's do. And then you run over here and you find the tin. That one? Yep, and it's already gone. Awesome. So I'm super excited about those running on EV. Yeah, it takes a lot of power, but again, if you remember last time, we were updating all of our solar panels. So you can see over there. Oh man, that's a lot of solar panels. Those are the EV solar panels, and the light blue are the HV solar panels. And I love how it kind of mirrors real life. You can actually tell how efficient a real life solar panel is by the age, and to a certain extent the color. Although I think you'd have to be really expert to do that. Why can't I go down there? Because something's blocking it. Okay, and then I do have intermediate energy cores, go. And we're back to that 4-hour process. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's just make more. It doesn't cost anything other than some time. And like I said, I'm watching Breaking Bad again. Not because I love the show or anything, but because when it first came out, they held off. They did the Netflix thing where the last few episodes got pushed off for a year, and then I never got back to it, and I have no idea what happened. And it's always bothered me that I have no idea what happened to Walter White. And watching it now, man, I don't like any of the people in the show. Like, it just, they're like unpleasant. I know that's the style, but anyhow. So we have one goal today, and hopefully a secondary goal, and that is if I want to make this large sieve controller. I've got the tungsten steel, I've got the IV circuits, I've got the IV, but we need to get pure netherite, and we need a lot of it, and I don't know how we're going to get it all, because we need to get the ingots. That's, that part is no big deal. We're going to have to smelt it, no big deal. But to get the actual dust requires a centrifuge. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it is, okay, that is pure net. Wait a second. Okay, I don't know. I didn't realize that. I thought for sure pure, tiny pile of pure netherite dust. Sorry, that was a misclick. And this is just a tiny pile of debris dust. Oh, this is not a good sign. So we can make netherite ingots, but we need pure netherite gears. Oh. I don't know what the difference is. Okay, so we might not even be close to doing this. Obviously this is still the first step, but to get pure netherite, we need to take the purified debris dust. So it's purified debris dust, which we get in the IC. So chlorine trifluoride gives us all sorts of random junk. Okay, so this is a whole cycle that we go through. So we can either, point is we need to get this going. And point is that obviously we need the centrifuge. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that the centrifuge is Tumbaga. Yeah, This is the Tumbaga one, and we happen to have a big pile of Tumbaga left over. So let's grab that, and we need to grab this guy, and I think I've got an EV energy hatch. If not, it's energy. Oh, we'll need that anyways. And then that guy. Okay, so we're actually going. In fact, I'm going to take 2 of these. I know we can't do that, but I'm going to show you why, because it's kind of cool. And then we need an input and output bus. Also, no big deal. I know it's a ton of me talking at the beginning, but you know, at the same token that I'm cutting away a lot of the boring stuff, and that was not my original intent. So I at least figure I can show you what I've been doing in the meantime. Speaking of which, if I run over here to the part maker factory, a lot of more of these are backed up, but we're limited to titanium. Increasing titanium flow is on our list, but that's going to wait a little bit, I think. Anyhow, I'm also now making all of these drums so that we can automate hatches for each tier, and that's going to make a lot of the microcrafting go away. Right, so where do we want to put this? I guess just down on the multi-block layer, huh? Which is this one. Oh, I was like, where did all the slimes go? And I was going to point out to you that thing. Oh, yeah, so I've got these green aluminum blocks. I know, or lime. I know it's silly, but they're fun. And I that's the biggest reason that I was hesitant. Well, not the biggest. One of the many reasons that I was hesitant to drop to peaceful mode is that right there. Okay, somewhere in here I moved down seawater to saltwater, and this is just always running, which is, well, it's not. Oh, right, because the seawater, but it's you know, it's getting it all is the point. Okay, cool. Tumbaga casing, and we just do it across the back. And let's go ahead and put down the maintenance hatch. And I just realized I don't have a centrifuge on me, do I? Okay. In fact, oh, you're... here. Yeah, I guess we will. Let's go ahead and do that, and that. This won't actually help this machine run because it's being limited on the upstream end. Yeah, that's fine. We'll get it done. And then we have the EV energy converter, so it's good that I got the 16 amp. I don't see a reason not to keep making 16 amps, although I have been making 4 amps for the little multi-block maker, the multi-component, the things that make the robot arms. Motor Maker Maxi Multi DX Ultra Plus, or whatever crazy name I gave it. I don't remember offhand. Yeah, so I'm also trying to cut down on my caffeine today a little bit. I've got a very, very early morning appointment. Sorry, very early morning for me. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But you know, I need to make sure that I'm at least a little bit awake for it. So yeah, it's not happening. It's happening a week away. So I'm that's how bad my sleep schedule's gotten. It's one of those, you work remote a lot of the time, and you don't have to show up for things. You get your schedule down. That's all we need, right? Okay, so we're gonna set up this nether agglomeratio, and most, I keep saying nether agglomeratio like I'm a fancy person. Centrifuges. We would have them up here. In fact, I probably don't even need to make one because I have 6. Cool. Over there. Nope, right here. Oh, okay, I'll be back. Need one of these guys, and I don't mind walking you over there to see it. But if I forget where it is, then that seems silly. All right, good. Needs maintenance. I'm still, man. I went through like 3 swords while I was building stuff, just from slimes. So that means I attacked what? Probably 2,500 times because there was another one in there too. All right, so you're good to go. Let's hit it with an ender drawer. Where did I put? Oh, I don't want. No. All of the other input buses are on the other side, and I go back and forth, and it's a really bad habit. I have two standards in play. One is input bus goes on the supply side, and the other one is input bus goes on the left side. Well, when I'm facing this direction, that's why I try to always have everything face the same direction. It's so dumb, but it means I don't have to worry about that. Okay, you're there, and we need to grab crushed netherrack, which is actually should be right here. Oh wait, no, where is the nether agglomeratio? Should be in. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna just throw this over here, and I've got a bunch of other stuff I'd really like to do. I just don't know when it's gonna happen. Okay, why aren't you running? Please tell me it is a centrifuge. It is a centrifuge. Oh, it does need a circuit, though. That seemed... Still not running. Got power. Got maintenance. Got input. Got output. It's an IV recipe. Well, that puts paid to that. I was hoping that these would all get set up in the meantime. Okay. So we need an IV energy hatch, and the question is that worth working on right now? No. Because I need an IV chemical reactor. I can make an IV chemical reactor. I need liquid vanadium gallium and indium gallium phosphide. Making the indium gallium phosphide is a bit of a hassle. We need indium, which we get from... thought rare earth, but apparently it's a whole thing. So I will have to find out where indium comes from later. I was not planning on jumping into that right now. Okay, so that was a bit of a bust. Apologies. Okay. But to a certain extent, that's okay, because I've got one more area that I'd like to go to, and that is we don't have enough titanium. And the best I can figure, everything's running. Every once in a while it breaks down. Oh, so I'll show you. I'll show you. Well, yeah, I'll show you in a minute. Okay, so best I can figure, it's this guy here. So it's running at HV. We could bump it up to EV, but I think we can do better. And it's this. If I go EV energy hatch, and we put in the 4 amp energy hatch, so the quest actually shows you what the deal is, and basically it's the 4 amp energy hatch uses 4 amps instead of 2 amps, and it runs at IV speed, but it won't do IV recipes. So give me a second. I think there's an itinerant airline or like air trainer that comes over and like has their students fly circles around our house. Like not us, just this area. We are fairly close to a major airport. Not fair, like when airplane close, like it's 20 miles away, but close enough that I can see that being the case. Anyways, it's either that or it's the commies coming Red Dawn style, and so I have to go out and take a look and make sure I don't have to go full Wolverines on them. So, right, we are going to go try to make one of these 4 amp energy hatches. And the nice part is we can actually upgrade to 16 amp energy hatches. And even when we get to the 64, they become substations, and I don't know what that's all about yet. So let's see if we can get at least a 4 amp done real quick. That's just 4 aluminum wire, an EV energy hatch, and 2 titanium plates. I think I've got some titanium plates handy, and let's see how many of these. Let's see how many of these we can make. I have to resort to coming over here and stealing from the one of these is a bender. Oh, you have no titanium at all. Uh-oh. Okay, can I, if I crush this, I have so many titanium gears that I don't need. It's the same thing with every time I automate the pistons, is that this one, oh, wait. I might have some plates in here. Titanium rod, titanium gear, titanium plates. Oh, I only have 2. It's gonna have to do. Anyways, if we can get this 4 amp substation up, even on just one of them, it's gonna really ramp up our production, because what's happening right now is molten ore. The molten ore happens basically. This is where we're getting it. If we come in here in the distillation tower, and we need to. I'll do ilmenite off camera because that can just happen. I don't want to set it to just full automation. It's in the central work area. Because eventually we're going to get this molten destabilization thing, and then that'll have to get torn down. Off camera, well, I'm going to do it off camera because I don't know how we're going to do it, and then I'll come back and show you. At some point, it's going to be these NAND chips is on my radar. Anyhow, so obviously this is going to be ideal. We're just obviously not anywhere close to that. I keep saying obviously. Said obviously too many times. Right, so right now we are getting the bauxite, but we get 1.5 every 60 seconds, and that's not the limitation. The limitation is the molten ore mixture, which is coming in from the centrifuge, and that happens fast enough. It's the raw ore slurry, which we are only getting 250 of. We got 4 running, so we're getting a bucket of it every 0.6 seconds, but that means that it's 6 seconds to get all of the 10 buckets that we need. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Wait, so we get a bucket every 0.6 seconds. And then that means that the molten ore mixture, we're getting a quarter of a bucket every 6 seconds, right? If that tracks. I hope that my math is right. I think that's right. So all of that gets to, is there a more advanced raw ore slurry we get from void excavation? And there is a void extractor controller. No, that's the one we got. There is a void excavator controller, but that requires LUV pistons, which now we've jumped into scanners and all that stuff. So in the meantime, yeah, it's best for us to swap over. Right, so let's get that, and then once I get at least a little bit of this improvement, it'll bootstrap us to more titanium production, which means that I can make some more. But at least this first one, we're going to do like this. So I need another EV energy hatch and aluminum wires, and we've got the titanium plates. We do. So aluminum wires is easy. This is my, I need to set up an ME system. Wait, how many wires do we need? 2 4x wires, so that's 4. Okay. I need to set up an ME system, not for automation of crafting, because we're going to try to keep doing that with, like anything else. When I'm realizing that if I get too dogmatic about how we're doing it, that's not ideal. Okay. And then we've got, can we fit it in here? I'm not going to risk it. Advanced assembler. You, and you. Oh, I'm very excited about that. I've been eyeing that for, well, my whole downtime. I'm trying to do all the major steps at least in front of you. Okay, so the next one is, we should get an achievement, right? Yeah, cool. And then the next step is, if we can, and I'm not sure we can right now, 8x aluminum wires is easy. 4x titanium plates, we can get to. It's this extreme voltage transformer, which is... Oh, we've got MPIC chips. We've got aluminum cables. We've got platinum cables. We have EV machine hulls. Well. Okay, hold on. Maybe we can make that real quick, too, because... Yeah, it's going to eat up all of our solar panels, but one, I'm making more. And this is part of why, because I was like, oh, look at all that. Um, We might go try biodiesel again too. So 2 MPIC chips and 4 aluminum cables. I might have all of this right here. Platinum cables. Aluminum cables. Wait. No, hold on. That's not right, though. It is. It just needs 1x. Okay, cool. And then the EV machine hull and the MPIC chips. I don't think I have any EV machine hulls up here, so I'm going to run down real quick and grab it. Yeah. And all of this is going to get built in. It's going to look a lot nicer once it's filled out, but that's going to be... It's going to be at least 1 tier before most of it is filled out. I don't... If you're confused about where I'm warping to, I don't have a good idea either. I kind of just click. I remember what layers they are. So, like, most of the bulk of my time lately has been spent on this B3. And then semi-permanent automations are going down here in the multi-blocks, and blast furnaces go down 1 more, and then the ore processors are going down 1 more. And I want to have like a whole lore reason why that's what's happening, but I don't have one. Energy hatch, aluminum cable, platinum cable. Okay. Not the energy hatch. The machine hull. Okay. Oh, I just crafted. Crafting things like a plebeian? Huh, so that's going to make that difficult to automate. Interesting. I guess maybe there will be some room for some auto crafting in ME then? Huh, okay. We need... Okay, I'm going to go grab this stuff, but I'm going to do it off camera because I might have to wait a minute for the titanium. I'll be right back. Okay, I changed my mind. We are going to make it. But right now, production is very slow. If my numbers are correct, it's 1 titanium every 240 seconds, which... yuck. So, we need to run in here. Oh, you're just an HV energy hatch on top of that. Okay, let me... Actually, I'm going to run off camera again. I know I just came over here. I forgot that this was HV, which means that we can't even use that one. So I'm going to swap it over to an EV energy converter. We use EV wires, and then I'll do 1 EV energy hatch and 1 4-amp EV energy hatch. So I'll be right back. Okay, if you remember, many episodes ago, just for funsies, we made this 64-amp energy converter. And I also just realized we need a 64-amp if we're going to do 2 16-amp energy inputs. And frankly, maybe in that case, why don't I run over here and grab 3 of these. We've got 3 regular energy hatches, 1 4-amp energy hatch. Oh, this is gonna... We're gonna fly. Well, okay, we won't fly. It'll be 20 times as fast. Ideally. Okay, so... Apologies, the wind is kicked up. Okay, so I have to break these. And I'm gonna hit that. And I should be able to climb out. I can. 64 amp is... What does it even look like? This guy, okay. Where my sword's supposed to be. That is the output. Crazy. Okay, and then I guess I'm going to do the corners here. And that way each one gets their own dedicated one, and that way the 64 amp isn't being split like between all 4, which sorry, 16 amp. We could do that. But, you know, if this is the thing that's causing us grief, Oh, hey, I'm gonna have a ton of extra. I'm gonna have a ton of extra solid machine casings. That seems like a good time to make a few more of these. Because I mean, and it sounds so ridiculous, but I'm gonna do this one. Where's my? Want it facing my? Oh, right there. Okay. You and you and you. Okay. Now, unless I have done something horrible and deserve karmic retribution, this should all work. Okay, why aren't you running though? Oh, it is. Those are the two that I turned off. Okay. So I know you've probably heard me say this before, but I really don't like all the machines being right next to each other running, so I tend to turn some of them off. It is so quiet without the slimes. I could do without the llamas, but you know, what are you gonna do? Okay, so this is the one that's still running. Okay, so you're running at EV speed, and you're running at IV speed, even though it can't do IV once. Okay, and the oil, oof, that is eating, I'm sure, the power. And I don't need any of this stuff, although I will. I'll probably go process it a little bit. I think. I mean, well, it's raw coal though, so you can't do anything with that. Maybe I'll dump all that raw coal into a power machine. Power machine. Yeah. Okay. So raw ore slurry, we're getting 300 a second from just this machine, and we're getting raw ore slurry at 150 a second. So that's 750 a second. Oh, that's good, because before it was a. Is that right? Hmm. Oh, it didn't quadruple. It only doubles because this doesn't. Void excavator, void extractor. Oh, and these guys can have multiple. It can have parallel hatches and 2 power supplies. Huh. Okay, it's tungsten steel frame, but again, LUV components. So I'm not even close there yet. Neither of them have perfect overclock, and that's why. Okay, so this is only doubling the speed, and then quadrupling the speed. So that would be multiplying it by 2. Oh, it's only twice as fast. I need more of these. I don't need more. Is that right? Ideally, we'd see it backing up over here. Oh. Oh. Wait a second. The rare ore. I would thought. Oh, okay. I need to get these electrolyzers up and going. And I hate this setup, but I'm still going to use it. Because in this case, it's only the 2 of them. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. And then I can even bump it up to EV. Oh, that's where our bottleneck is. Oh, okay. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. I'm going to do that upgrade off camera. I still need to noodle, and it's setting this up. Oh my goodness, it's probably an hour-long process. Not because it's hard, not because I don't know what I'm doing, but because, you know, oh wait, this goes over here. Wait, no, though, this goes over here, and Buses go in the center, and then the output to these guys. In fact, I can get by with just one bus, it looks like. And then that where these machines are is going to be the input hatch. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to just do this on camera real quick, because now I'm looking at this. This is fairly simple. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be back with all the equipment we need. Yeah, just real quick. Hopefully, this is the last time I have to toss slime balls for a very long time. Book. Bro. It's even simpler than that. Oh, this doesn't process raw or slurry. That's mixed mineral mixture or something. It's... That's all it was. That's all it was. Not cool, dude. So it wasn't that I was dropping down to like 1 titanium every 6 minutes. It's that I wasn't producing any at all. Oh, okay, okay. And we can confirm that this is working because if we run over here, we can see. I mean, I'm still going to go ahead and upgrade those, but it's not. It won't make any noticeable difference. Yeah. We should see that this is. Okay. I'm tracking, but it's. Well, it's still real slow. Okay. Okay, well, I guess that means... No, that should be running at speed. Oh, it's the distillation tower. That's what's causing us grief now. Is... Okay, yeah, so this guy is catching up on the backlog fast enough. Upgrading those won't matter, and I will upgrade it. It's just going to be off camera. You've seen me set up multi-blocks a billion times. This could do with upgrading at some point. But this is a 60-second recipe. Oh, maybe this is our backup. Maybe this is our backup. This guy could really use a 16 amp. But I'll come back and I will have either made a bunch of 64 amp, 16 amp EV converters. The problem is, of course, that I can't just use nothing but 16 amps. We can, in fact, stomach 4 of them right now. So maybe 4 amps is better. But, you know, at least a little bit. It would be nice. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to replace those. But, like, we're not using that one over there. We're not using that one over there much. As soon as my titanium stabilizes, whenever that happens, I'm going to upgrade that. If you remember, this guy is basically tapped out. Oh, it's not running at all. Why aren't you running? Oh, it is. Maybe it just doesn't. Okay, it doesn't say it's idling, so it is running. It's only producing 30 millibuckets per second, which is laughably low. And we can move it over basically on there. In fact, that suggests I will just move this over there. I don't know. We'll do something. We'll figure something out. But that's going to do it for today. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flippity flop.